up, Woodward. We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Y'all got Kool-Aid
I'm fired up. But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm. Because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
What up, dog? People, it's Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate y'all for choosing to kick off the day with the WUW Crew. It's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. Flannel Sam, Red Wings correspondent, all sports knower, vet of the squad and network. What up, dog, brother? It feels like I just saw you, man.
Well, it's because you did. And I just saw Justin as well. I mean, I can't get enough of you people. But anywho, I hadn't seen Justin in a while. It was good to see him last night. And by the way, a bit of a plug. Me and Justin have been working on a Woodward Wings podcast, and we just dropped our a bit dated episodes for the YouTube members only. And you know what? Even if they are those ones are a little bit dated, we will be releasing new episodes every single Friday, including today. And if you guys want to relive some of the best moments of the season, like the big win over Edmonton, the big comeback win, the Red Wings playing effing hockey with Todd McClellan taking over as head coach, the 7-game winning streak, we discuss all of that, and we're going to be bringing you new episodes every single Friday starting today. So tune in if you feel so inclined.
Tap in, people. I'm fired up for the new content that is hitting the network. I know that dude Justin is as well, man. And look, we got a packed show and a packed house. So first, Flannel Sam, tell the people what we're talking about today. And then we got to let the people see all the guests in the building today, all the WUW Crew fans.
Yeah, I mean, the first segment might just be introducing everybody because it is a little bit of a filler. But anywho, there's a big game in Ann Arbor tonight. Michigan playing Michigan State in basketball. One of the most anticipated games at Chrysler in years. We're going to talk about that. We're going to preview that. We have to talk about the Four Nations face-off final last night in which the USA unfortunately lost in overtime. A certain prominent Lions free agent had some very complimentary words about MCDC, and we're back with KG's Triple Threat, one of our favorite segments, a triple threat which will probably last about 50 minutes because of everybody that's here. But you know what? I need y'all.
And you know what? Dante151, only because it's you and because I love talking Pistons. If we get like 5 or 10 minutes, like towards the end of the show, I don't mind talking a little hoops.
Yeah, The opening Around the City segment is connected to the game that they play tonight, for the record.
You know what? I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let me introduce the cast and the crew, and then we'll get on a more serious note about that game that's happening tonight. It is the Pistons' first game post All-Star break. 27 games to go. You guys already know the stat. In the last 27 games, the Pistons are 18-9. If they go 17-10, they hit that 46 win mark. But, you know, if you ask KG, it's just 42. Just 42 wins.
Is he going to lower it to 39 today or 37? Which one?
I'm
kidding.
Absolutely not. Don't y'all do that shit. It's too early for that shit.
KG and that dude, Justin, what up, though, man?
What up?
What up, though? How we doing?
Fired up, man. Fired up. Let me go over here to this booth real quick, man. Hey, Willie B, what up, though?
Big Willie style.
What's going on right here?
Hey, what's up with the hoodie today? I love it. Red Hulk?
Yes, indeed.
Let's go, man. He looks so proud of it, too. I love it, man. What was Sports MVP in the TD booth? What up, though, JB Smooth?
Nothing much. Gonna be over here working overtime, flipping the camera back and forth. So just know I'm here, but I'm just working.
Hey, and you know what? In the double mask chair, we got Mr. Cavassier Chase, and Summertime is back in the building. What up, though?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys today?
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
Hey, you know what, people? You see we got a packed house, packed show. Let's have the likes. It should be more appropriate, man. Run those likes up today. And you know what, Flannel Sam? Victor Wembanyama is out for the season. This was shocking news. As soon as Shams put it out there, it was just like, I had to check the account several times because it felt so fake. Like, we just saw him playing. We just saw him get dunked on by Cade Cunningham in the All-Star game. Yeah. It's just like, but when you saw what the issue was, is where it gets really, really serious.
Yeah.
Several NBA players over the past year or two have come down with the same type of issue, which is called deep vein thrombosis, or effectively a blood clot, and his was in his right shoulder. It may sound familiar for Pistons fans because it's the same thing that Asar Thompson went through as well that caused him to, honestly, he was inactive going back to last season, throughout the offseason, and then even to start this year, he missed the first 20 games of the year.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I was in the back just doing some work yesterday, and I forgot who mentioned it. And I was like, no, he's not. Victor Wembanyama's not out for the season. But yeah, it was posted on Shams' Twitter, and then it was everywhere. And it is true, and it is unfortunate. Even though it might make a Pistons potential win a little bit easier tonight, you want Victor Wembanyama on the court because when he came out, he was one of the most hyped prospects ever. We never seen someone with that combination of size and skills. And so far in the NBA, he's lived up to the hype. In this season, putting together a 24-point, 11-rebound, 4-assist averages very efficiently as well, leading the NBA in blocks, was a viable candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. That's obviously not going to happen because he's not going to play enough games to qualify. Yeah. But you want to see the brightest stars play and get their shine, and it's just unfortunate. And it's also unfortunate for De'Aaron Fox that he got traded to the Spurs, and now they don't have that duo together.
Yeah, no, for basketball fans in general, this is something I know a lot of people were looking forward to. And then just as it relates to people's health, you want him to be okay. It doesn't matter what fan of what team you are. You want these athletes and these players to be healthy. And to see, it's not just the stars. It's like what this All-Star game to me represented, honestly, was more of a passing of the guard. You saw them finally recognize Cade Cunningham. Obviously, we know Victor Wembanyama is going to be there, but we saw those guys, the Kenny's young stars. And when you look at the OGs, LeBron James, KD, those guys are still going. But it's time now. People are saying, hey, where's the viewership? I believe it's time to have these guys on that main stage, these young stars. And that, to me, is what is also disappointing about the loss of Victor Wembanyama, is because he's global. Yeah. This guy is the draw. So it's as an NBA fan as well, this is tough. He's
global. He's a draw. He's box office, and it's not just the numbers, which I've already laid out for you. It's when you watch him play, you see that combination of skills where he'll do. You never know on any given night whether he'll do something that you've damn near never seen before on an NBA court. So it's very unfortunate. I hope for the sake of his health he ends up being okay. I hope for the sake of the rest of his career and him reaching those high expectations that he's back on the court next season, because he's got a chance to be one of the all-time greats as long as he stays healthy. And I'm not going to... This was a little bit fluky. This was a blood clot. I'm not going to attribute that to the concerns about his size and everything. But unfortunately, one of his seasons is cut short because of something that is pretty serious.
What up,
very
KG?
serious.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely sad. And, we had the same situation here with Asar Thompson getting a blood clot at a very young age. So you really don't want to see that. And God bless Anson. I love him to death. I understand the conspiracy theories and all that, but the main takeaway should be, this is a young player. He's dealing with something very, very serious. So we just hope and pray that he's able to get back on the court and get back to being himself, get back to being 100%. Because like you said, Victor Wembanyama, he is the future of the NBA. So I just really pray for him and his recovery process.
KG, I like how you mentioned that what Anson said and tinfoil hat Anson said. What did he say?
He keeps saying that there needs to be a conversation. I think he's maybe kind of alluding to maybe the COVID vaccine playing a part in it and stuff like that. Anson get on his tin box, and I love a good conspiracy theory too, but there's just time and place. I just feel like, we should be praying for him right now, hoping that he gets back
I actually thought it was going to be something different. Honestly. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that, KG. The one thing that I will say is Isaiah Stewart did no favors to those who disagree with Anson Wells. And there was some verbiage when Asar Thompson's news came out that Isaiah Stewart had to remove from his social media accounts. I will just leave that at that, just so it is somewhat balanced. Because I am with you, though, KG. The most important thing is this young guy's health and making sure that they get it right. I remember the Pistons, they went through their thorough aspect of health examinations and tests. And then they came to a place of clearance. And then beyond that, the NBA has its own panel for return to play committee that goes and does its own, effectively making sure that this player is right and good to go. And that's what they did with Asar Thompson. If you look back at when the Pistons said he's good to go, there was still like a couple months that the NBA took their time to check him out and make sure that he was good. So, I like that they're going to, with something like this, it's not like you're coming back from a broken bone.
Yeah.
This one is a little bit different. I'm glad that they're going to take all the time they need to get it right.
Yeah, and maybe, and this is where I'm not going to be like tinfoil flannel or anything, but maybe this is a situation where the Spurs can, I don't want to say tank a little bit, but get a high draft pick and add to that roster, because I don't think they're going to do anything this season without Victor Wembanyama, even though they won last night and they added, of course, De'Aaron Fox. We shall see. It's just unfortunate, and it's one of those things when you hear it, you think it's a joke. You think people are just effing with you in the back, and alas, it was not.
Yeah, that was a tough one, man. And it's as I get older, I find myself becoming even more and more a purveyor of those other teams and players. Like growing up, it was like, nah, F all them other teams. I don't got time for them, man. Just Pistons, Tigers, Wings, Lions, Michigan, man. But now all of a sudden you're seeing these guys that we got invested in during these draft processes. We thought we had an opportunity to get a Victor Wembanyama, which I still believe the Pistons were robbed of that, man. I'm just going to continue to say that fifth pick after fifth pick after fifth pick. But you know what? It's not going to matter this year because it doesn't seem like they care about that first pick, that first round pick this year. It's going to convey to, I believe, the Timberwolves have it now after the trade with Carlton Towns with the New York Knicks. 29-26.
Yeah.
6th seed. 1 game behind the Milwaukee Bucks. 2 games behind the Indiana Pacers. And there's so many implications to how this Pistons team finishes the season because, in my opinion, I like the Knicks and the Pacers on the potential playoff menu. And the Pistons, though, have to lock down at least that 6th seed. Right now, the way things are looking, when you factor in Bobby Portis is out for basically the majority of the season, and Giannis is still out, the Pistons have to strike now. They play on the road tonight, and they come home for a bunch of games. You can basically live at LCA next week if you go to the games.
And let's just be honest. Now we got to talk the Pistons angle of it. The fact that Wemby's out, go beat the Spurs.
Boat race.
It's just the reality of the situation. Obviously, I'd rather have Wemby play just as a basketball fan, but from the Pistons' perspective, go into San Antonio and beat the Spurs tonight. This is a game that is much more winnable without Victor Wembanyama than with, in my opinion.
Yep. What up, though, KG?
No, I mean, you are really excited for what the Pistons can do in this second half. And like you said, nobody's apologizing for anybody in the league, so you got to take advantage, of a situation. And the Pistons are in prime position to do that. They have a good stretch of games here to where they can really give themselves a gap in terms of, the win-loss record and maybe even up their place in the standings when you just look at where the Bucks are at right now. But I think everything is ahead for the Pistons, although I said 42 wins. That was just me being safe as a fan, y'all. But call it what you will. But I know that the Pistons can achieve more than that. I just want to be able to see it. But I'm so proud of the trajectory of this team so far.
It also helps getting the 4 seed because Bobby Portis' suspension as well for 25 games. I know we played the Bucks 2 times to end the season in our last 4 games, which he will be there for. But just being able to have him out for a while and be able to maybe get a little bit of a gap on the Bucks to get that 4 seed would be really nice for the Pistons.
It would be epic, man. And you know what? Yesterday, somebody had a comment for KG on Woodward Pistons. I just said 42 wins. You know what today's comment is, KG?
What up?
The effing Post-it note. Rod Beard is the GOAT. He's a legend.
Oh my
he got the 42 Post-it note up on the wall, man. So,
hey, but you don't want to give me my credit. Some of the people on the clip that we had, man, they were saying 42 as well. I wasn't just the only one.
Listen, you were the most bullish on the Pistons from the beginning of the season,
was.
and I will continue to make sure we tip the cap. But
thank you.
I do think it was funny, man. Shout
And
out
on
to Rod.
today's
Y'all
episode
thought they
of
went 26 games.
On today's episode of Wake Up Woodward, KG predicts the Bulls to pass them and the Pistons to get the 10th seed.
No!
I'm kidding.
One quick question.
We know you kidding.
Here we go. Your second half, obviously we made our bold statements, but just summarize your second half outlook of success for the Detroit Pistons. Flannel Sam, what up, though?
45 wins. That's my prediction. And as Justin just said, and as you've said, the Milwaukee Bucks, they've been vulnerable all season. They've had injury issues, and they're going to be even more vulnerable with the I ultimately think 5. I ultimately think 5.
And you know what? I see the anguish in your face because I see the path to 4.
Yeah.
But I do believe 5 is where they can settle the best.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to make a good play for 4.
Yeah.
There's when you look at the Pacers and the Bucks, and you know, and the Knicks, when you know the animosity that they have with the Pacers, that's where I'm like, you know what? Go out there and play for something. You can absolutely ruin the Halliburton season to a degree and potentially have a first-round matchup with them where you're hosting it.
I mean,
the city would be on fire, bro. It would be electric. It would be. What up, though, JB Smooth? I see you over there.
I'm just saying, no, I know you're going to get to everyone, but hey, y'all called me crazy when I said we're going to scratch and claw for that 4th spot, that 4th seed, and look at it right now. Look at how things happen. Bobby Porter's out for 25 games. Jaden Ivey out of the walking boot at the practice facility.
Yeah.
See,
Blood
look.
in the water.
Boom. Perfect. I'm telling you.
Hey, what's the second half strategy for you, KG? What seed are they finishing in?
I really think they'll be locked into 5. I want to say the 4 seed so bad. We don't know what to really expect out of the Pacers because we've seen them play, bad stretches of basketball. But overall, they have a lot of talent on that team. I feel like they'll be able to maybe surge at the end and finish the job. But I'll say 5th seed just to be safe.
What up, though? Summertime.
Go with 4th seed. I see them taking the Pacers spot.
let's go.
Yeah.
Dang, the
Yeah.
panoramic
Look at
view.
JB's,
All right.
JB's smooth
I'm just saying.
in the building.
That shit look like that 70s show camera.
That's epic.
it out.
What's that second half strategy? Who's like a key player for you? Obviously, besides Cade and Beasley, how's it going down the second half of the season?
I honestly think Asar is going to do really, really good.
Oh, I like it.
Honestly, yeah, defensively and offensively, we've kind of seen him give us like a little bit of everything. So I think he's going to be like the third person to really step up. And then Duran, of course.
Yeah, and you know what? It's awesome to see that it's the young players because we've talked about this too, Flannel. We've seen the other rebuilds be bolstered by the fact that those young players are the ones taking the steps forward. When you look at the Orlando Magic, even with the Houston Rockets, yes, Fred VanVleet plays a big difference, but Alperen Sengun, he was an all-star this year.
Yeah.
And those things matter to, the health of your organization as well as how well you thrive. I do believe those Pistons land in the 5th seed. I believe that Cade takes another leap forward in this second half of the season. I think it's just going to be silly time for him. And I'm being so serious. And with Dennis Schroeder here, we've all talked about it. I look forward to those minutes when Schroeder and Cade Cunningham are in the game at the same time. And then you have cutters like Asar Thompson, finishers at the rim like a Jalen Duren. This thing, I don't know, man. I don't want to get too bullish. I don't want to drink too much of the Kool-Aid. But this is a team, and I'm going to say this again for like the 10th time in the show, tap in. We said this when this team was like 2-6 or whatever it was. Tap into this squad, man. They've been one of the best teams in the NBA the last 30 games. They've been one of the best defensive teams in the NBA since January 1st. They've had some of the best, you look across the stats, some of the best rim protectors, they got a couple of those. Some of the best finishers at the rim, they got a couple of those. Some of the best at shooting the three-point shot, they got a couple of those. Man, this team is put in the work. And ESPN even is pondering, are they going to sweep Coach of the Year, Most Improved, and Sixth Man of the Year?
They could.
They could.
They really could. I think that 6-man might be a little bit tough because Peyton Pritchard's had such a good year. But at the same time, Malik Beasley, what if he stays at second in the NBA in three-pointers made? What if he gets first? That's going to be tough because, Ant Edwards is having a crazy year shooting the three. But that could happen. And before we move on, I just have one challenge to my fellow Pistons fans, and I myself am going to participate in this challenge. If you're at LCA, every single time Cade Cunningham steps to the free throw line, I want to hear MVP, MVP, every single time, without fail. Because he will be in the conversation, especially if like Kool-Aid said, he takes another leap, which
I think
it would be insane.
I think he can. I for some reason, I when I look at those stats, I'm looking at Cade saying, bro, how do I get to 10 assists a game? How do I average a double-double? Like, I just do. You look at the triple-doubles as well. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Chuck Brewer, he said Kool-Aid, 10 games in is what does he say? 30 games is the new norm. Hey, Chuck, definitely resend that in because I know you're one of our piston ball
Yeah.
knowers. Just want to make sure that you get your due. But what'd you say? Oh, streak? Oh, okay. I didn't know if
It looks like
streak
10
or
games
stream.
is a streak because he's just missing the K. So
Got you.
that's Chuck. I'm just guessing, but
30 games is the new norm. Well, you know what? 27 games to go. Game 1 of the post All-Star break is tonight. And you know what? Go out there and win.
Yes. Go out there and win. And when we come back, unfortunately, we have to talk about a team that did not win last night, but in a lot of ways made us proud, going up against the best in the world. We got to break that down. But first, why not give Feldman some extra love today? Because they gave some extra love to me. My car payment is very, very manageable, even though I came in upside down on my old loan. Feldman will do that for you. And since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Caesar Sportsbook,
Make
where
some
all
money.
you do is win. Scan that QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. You can deposit up to $1,000, but all you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet, and if it doesn't hit, they'll throw it right back into your account with no questions asked. The Pistons are back on the floor tonight, as well as MSU and U of M. So why not make some money tonight? Scan that QR code. Use code word Woodward1000 and make some money.
Hey, what up, though? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. Nobody is better than JB Smooth at helping out the people, man. If you listen to JB Smooth, you walk away with some Sorokis, you get some money, you get some merch. That's the life, JB. What up, though? That's why you the MVP.
I mean, I did make some money last night. I mean, sorry, Team USA, but I was able to cash on a couple bets that I placed last night, so I can't complain.
Yeah. So you bet Canada.
I did do Canada money line under 5.5 and the goal scorer, first goal scorer. So
all right.
Yeah. And you know what, Chuck Brewer, I do understand that statement, especially with Chase GPT filling in the blanks. He says that 10 games is a streak, 30 games is the new norm, and he believes that who we've seen the Pistons be over the last 30 games is exactly who they are, one of the best teams, especially in this Eastern Conference, led by, I'm going to say this, one of the best players in the Eastern Conference. Like, obviously, the All-Star game proves that, but I know we say, he's the best point guard in the East. I think he's really, really climbing the charts as it relates to best players in the Eastern Conference, period.
I got him third after Giannis and Tatum. I've had that opinion for quite a while now, and I think it's very arguable for sure.
Team USA, man.
Yeah.
Team USA. They lose 3-2 to Team Canada in overtime, and it was an epic game that, shout out to RJ's Pub in Rochester and Bitter Times for hosting us for our watch party. And it was an electric environment, awesome food. You guys were lit, and it was, it was a disappointing end, but it was an epic game, especially seeing Dylan Larkin out there just kind of on this ascent.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for the first 3 periods, it was a very well-played game, but the nature of games like that is what happens in the first 3 periods is thrown out the window when it comes to overtime. You saw Brady Tkachuk get another goal. Jake Sanderson was fixing to be maybe an unlikely hero, a not very offensive defenseman, getting the go-ahead goal to put them ahead 2-1. But you also have to give a lot of credit. Nate McKinnon with a heck of a shot to open the scoring, which there's not a whole lot Connor Hellebuyck could do about that. Sam Bennett didn't waste an opportunity. But in overtime, it was all about Jordan Binnington, man. A guy who obviously we thought as residents and fans of the great US of A of the past Stanley Cup finals. So it's disappointing, but you got to tip your hat to Jordan Binnington and Connor McDavid, and you also have to give the U.S. a little bit of a scolding, particularly Adam Fox and Austin Matthews for losing Connor McDavid, unfortunately.
And Jordan Binnington, you can't say enough. He's a goalie who, like we talked about last night, he's got a 8 in front of his save percentage, which is not even average in the NHL right now. But he's a big-time goalie. He plays in the big moments, and that's the opposite for Connor Hellebuyck. That's something that Hellebuyck has dealt with for his career now, that he is not a playoff performer, and he can't step up in the big moment. And you saw that was Binnington. Also, the Austin Matthews and Adam Fox, you hit on it, Flannel. You cannot leave the best player in the games like that. The margins are so razor thin because the game is so played at such a high level where you leave someone for that good of an opportunity and he's going to bury. So overall, amazing tournament. It was so fun to watch. It gets me super excited for next year's Olympics when the NHL players are in that. And in the 2 years from then, the World Championships.
You know what? I want to pose a question to you, Justin, and to you, Chase, because I'm trying to more focus on giving credit where credit is due. This morning and last night when I was just thinking the wheels were turning, the gears were shifting, Jordan Binnington to me is maybe the best mid goalie in NHL history. And the reason I say that is because, and Chase, you look like you agree, his lifetime save percentage is .906. This season, his save percentage starts with an 8. He had another season in which his save percentage starts with an 8, but in 2019, his rookie year, he started 30 games, had a .927 save percentage, and was in net every single game for the St. Louis Blues Stanley Cup run. And then he has this big moment on the national stage, having probably even a bigger moment in a big game than he did in that Stanley Cup run. So it's not about his career, it's about the big time moments in which he stepped up, and right now you just got to call him Big Game Binnington.
What do you think? I like that analogy, Sam. What do you think about this comparison to like the NFL? It just kind of reminds me of like Eli Manning, a guy who like is just there consistently. He's always just like playing. But in like those weird moments, he just steps out of his element, becomes bigger than he is, and just plays to the level of the the platform. And I mean, I heard Sean McDonough say before the broadcast, like, he's gonna have to turn into 2019 Jordan Binnington here in the Garden, talking about when they went on that cup run, and he played like it. It sucks. But credit to him, he was the only goalie of all the teams that started every single game for his team. So he was, forced between the pipes for the entire tournament, and he ended up getting the reward for it. So
go ahead, Justin.
I just think we really felt the loss of McAvoy in that game. All the other defensemen on the USA team are very offensive-driven defensemen, a lot of finesse players, and Charlie McAvoy was that anchor to that decor that brought the physicality and kind of set up their transitional game for the rest of their offensive defensemen. And so the loss of McAvoy was huge. You could tell that McDavid and McKinnon were more comfortable carrying the puck for longer points because they weren't getting hit as much. And the fact that Matthew Tkachuk was also hurt. He only had 6 minutes of ice time in the entire game. all those injuries combined with each other, it was not a winning formula. Obviously, they didn't have the Canadians didn't have McCarr in the first game, which was a huge loss for them. We felt the repercussions of our injuries in this game, so I think the U.S. unfortunately just ran out of steam against such a talented Canadian team.
That's the thing, because I obviously don't want to make excuses, but Charlie McAvoy being out was huge. Charlie McAvoy was your best defenseman in the first victory over Canada, and you can say the same for Matthew Tkachuk. He played limited minutes. I think it was only about 6.5. Who knows? It might have been a little bit different if he were out there for more. Who knows? But what Matthew Tkachuk's injury and other factors did was it allowed Dylan Larkin to have a bigger role on this USA team in this game. And I thought that he acquitted himself very well. He had a couple of chances for an even bigger moment than he had in the previous Canadian game. But unfortunately, Jordan Binnington, he's just one of those guys who, whenever we talk about this game, whenever we talk about USA being right there and not getting it done, we're just going to have to say, damn that Binnington, and just shake our fists, Old man, shouts at clouds. That's what it's going to be.
Man. And you know what? It was such an epic environment to watch that game with you all, especially see you guys in your element. That dude Justin was decked out in the gear. And I remember we were just sitting there afterwards, man. Shout out to RJ of RJ's Pub, the owner and such. And just kind of going through some social posts and getting things up. And it was just, it was epic though, man. Like I know it didn't end the way that you wanted it, but to see that passion on display for Team USA, in contrast to the fact that I literally just went out to the All-Star game, NBA All-Star game, and there was a lack of that same type of passion and enthusiasm. The fans were like, okay, where's the show begin? But at least for what the Four Nations tournament did bring, man, hockey was clearly on the center stage, clearly. And you guys, I think, did a really, really good job with the content last night too.
Yeah, it was a fantastic night. And if I'm full disclosure, I'm very tired today, but that's all right. I'm on fumes. I hadn't seen Justin. I hadn't seen you in a while. I don't really get to see Easy very much, and he's one of my best friends here, but we have very different schedules. Got to hang out with him a bit. Yeah, Spenny was there. Pete was there. Our sales guy Brady was there, even though he was very stressed out for most of the night. I felt bad for him. Jesse was there as well. Jesse was there.
Argus was a great spot to watch a game too. They had a goal horn and everything, really pimping the environment. Like it was a really great place to watch a game. It was packed. There was not a table in sight. So if you're looking for a great place to go watch a game, RJ's Pub in Rochester, I mean, they got it going on.
It was epic,
they really put on a great event for us and made sure that we were taken care of. The great staff as well. Shout out my boy Josh. My boy Josh, our server, was an absolute beauty.
Yeah.
RJ's was fantastic. I only wish that I would have known about this spot when I was in my early to mid 20s, or when I just moved here when I was about 26. That's a more accurate. I wish I would have known about that spot, but now that I do, it was a great place to watch a game. There was not an empty seat in the house. I know that just like everywhere else he goes, D-Mac just walks in and is the mayor of RJ's.
That was epic, bro. That was actually pretty epic, man. And it was cool that, as he does all the time, and I know KG has seen it as well, he just gave his time. Like, people were wondering, like, oh, can we get a picture? And D-Mac's like, for everybody that wanted a picture, they got a picture with D-Mac.
Yep.
And that was dope, man. So that's what I mean. Like, wanted Team USA to win, but the way that everything went, it was still pretty epic, man. We got to hang with the fellas. That dude Justin in the building as well, so it was dope, man. It was dope. It
was fantastic team building, and sometimes you need that. And just one more thing about RJ's, the service was fantastic. Every time my drink was even, it like just as I finished it, it's like, oh, you want another? It almost like he like appeared out of nowhere. But that's what you want. We got fed, got lots of good food. I'm still feeling a little bit of the food hangover this morning. But again, that's okay, because when you're tired, when you're a little bit on fumes, you got to remember last night and how fun it was. And as the Beatles said, I'm getting by with a little help from a lot of friends. More than usual, but this is the type of day where I need it. So shout out to everybody like the Will Bakers and the Summers who showed up today too.
That's so dope, man. And you know what? I didn't even have to warm up my car this morning. It was already kind of still warm from getting in at like 1
When'd you get home? Like 2 hours ago? Yeah. I was a little bit worried. I'm like, is this game going to go to like 3 or 4 overtimes? Are we going to be here all night? And I'm like, F it. Maybe I am. I was too. That's the thing.
shout out the 3.13 Run Club. I went to the gym with my roommate. We were watching the game at the gym while we were running. I told him we just got to keep running till the game's over. And I made the joke, like, what if it just went like 4 overtimes?
It's like you're running a marathon tonight, whether you like it or not.
That's a total Chase moment. And make sure if you want a more in-depth breakdown about the specific players like Larkin and Raymond and how well that they played, because they both set up amazing on the world stage. So if you want a more in-depth breakdown, catch that on Woodward Wings later today. Me and Flannel are going to go really in-depth on the way that Raymond and Larkin played throughout the tournament.
Hey, I love it, man. I love it. The guys, the fellas, the ladies, the team, everybody's putting in that work. You guys are going to start seeing summertime and some content as well with Terry Foster and myself, as well as other stuff coming to the network. JB Smooth, Cavassier Chase, and others, man. There's a lot of content coming to the network, and your support is very much desired and appreciated, man. But I know we got to talk about Lions. TLB.
Yes, TLB. A certain prominent Lions free agent who was fantastic for the team last year had some very nice comments about our very own MCDC, and we're going to play those when we come back.
Just as that cap space went up, huh?
Just as that cap space went up. Funny how that works, but we're going to play those comments and we're going to react to them, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to enjoy what that prominent free agent, who I won't give away just yet, even though you probably know who he is, said yesterday. But before we do that, I have to tell you about Les Stanford. It's the Les Stanford Sign and Drive sale. Get a 2024 Envision for only $239 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for only $249 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $789 per month. $0 security deposit, $0 due at signing, $0 first payment, $0 acquisition fee. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory at the Sign and Drive sale. Les Stanford, Buick at GMC, lesstanford.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. They got 50-plus Metro Detroit locations. You can get a couple of different memberships. If you have a home gym and want something a little bit cheaper, you can get a membership for only $15 per month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card, a $24.99 per month membership where you get access to all Planet Fitnesses across the world. There are more than 2,500 of them, and you can bring a guest if you would like as well. Join today in club or online. Visit planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential. Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. We got a packed house, and you know what, man? We got to add somebody else to it. That is one Carlton Davis, and I think he's trying to get me fired up, bro. This is already a player that I believe the entire WUW Crew would love to see back here, especially if it works out favorably for them. And with the cap space going up, I don't see why not. Carlton Davis was one of those shot callers. He was one of those guys. When we talk about, man, look at Dan Campbell going out there and calling it, and Brad Holmes calling it and then knocking out the park. Carlton Davis was one of those types of defensive players. So I'm fired up pretty much anytime I get to see him play football or gas up our head coach.
And JB, if you've got that video, go ahead and play it. And by the way, I got that one from Easy's Twitter. Shout out Easy. And we also posted it on our Woodward Sports socials as well. But this is Carlton Davis talking about Dan Campbell.
How often do you talk to the head coach? Like Dan? Bro, it's different for different head coaches, bro. But Dan, he the type to talk to you damn near every day. At practice, and just walking through the locker. Bro, he literally sat me down. Bro, he done did this a couple times where during the season, I had a good game. He'll come to me boy, you playing your ass off. He'll just say that to you, after the game, boy, he was like, you more than just a cover corner. You physical too. And he'll say it in front of the whole team, he'll praise you in front of the whole team. That's the first time a coach ever did that. You know what I'm saying? And not just for me, but just for other players. And he highlighting, this guy's going crazy. St. Brown blocking. St. Brown blocked the shit out somebody, but that's something that'll go under the water, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't glorifying that. But he glorifying that in the team. This is what I'm talking about. And you know what I'm saying? So when you doing shit, he watch everything, but he also gonna give you your flowers too. A lot of coaches, bro, they don't do that.
They just expect you to do your job. Yeah. They think that shit don't matter. We're grown. We don't need no pat on the back. What? We want to hear that.
He do that shit because he played, bro.
Yes, bro. But a lot of coaches play. He play tight end.
That's another thing. A lot of coaches play.
A lot of coaches play and they still
be ignorant though. Right. They be having this. Because that's how they were coached though. That's how they was coached. You know what I'm saying? They be acting all bro, relax.
That vendetta still on them.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro. I bet you on him, but he a real one, bro. Bro, I got so many stories I could tell you, bro. Of him just being a real one, bro. He'll call you out too, but on some shit you hurting the team, bro. What's up? Yeah. And he ain't never gonna bash you, bro. He'll never bash you, bro.
But I'm gonna check. What we doing?
He just make you feel you feel me. I got to get my shit together for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna make you feel like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. He a real one, bro. He my favorite head coach, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that I done played for, bro.
That's a lot.
That's why I was out there trying to break my jaw for that nigga, bro.
Nah, he definitely.
I will break my jaw for Dan Campbell too. I'm fired up all the way, man. Hey, JB, that's 5 flames of fired up right there out of a scale of 1 to 5. Goodness gracious. And you know what? When you look back at those old, like New Orleans Saints teams with Sean Payton, it just felt like they were having fun and playing effing football. And you heard them say something unique. They're like, bro, all of these coaches is former players. And it was like, yeah, but how were they coached? And when you kind of look at the path that Dan Campbell took to become a player, to becoming a head coach, and you look at the path he took as a player, he's had some dark days. I'm sure he knew. He's one of those guys that, whether you're motivating him or not, he's giving you 100%. But he still is not aloof to the effect that it can have on these players. And we've heard now really good players like Zadarius Smith and Carlton Davis, who have played on multiple teams in this league, come to this organization and say, Dan Campbell does it right, period. And it's just such a crazy contrast to what everybody was trying to say about Dan Campbell at press conference 1. But all you keep hearing from the players in this league is that Dan Campbell is a real one. Word to Eduardo O'Neal.
Gotta love it. And I think the most telling thing about these Carlton Davis comments is this is a guy in Carlton Davis. It's not like he's played for bum-ass organizations with bum-ass coaches throughout his career. He was on a Super Bowl winning team in Tampa Bay in 2020. Not only was he on the team, he led the team in interceptions. He was 3rd on the team in postseason tackles. He was a major contributor. And Bruce Arians, damn good coach. Won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, took Arizona to the NFC Championship before he became Tampa Bay's head coach. And Carlton Davis is basically saying, I like Dan Campbell better. So it's a testament to Dan Campbell, the job that he's done, his ability to relate to players. You can tell that he's a player's coach, but it's good to see Carlton Davis affirm that in this with these comments. And I hope that it makes it more likely that Carlton Davis is brought back here with the Detroit Lions, because I think that it's something, especially with the cap space going up, that is essential for this team, because he had the best season of his life last year. He was damn good. And not only was he damn good, but you felt his absence when he was out, unfortunately, with that broken jaw, like the end of the Bills game, the 49ers game, the Commanders game, even both Bears games. You felt his absence. So you want this man back here. And oh, by the way, before I pass it back, according to SpotTrack, his estimated market value, $14 million per year. Pick.
I'm about to say, that's
Carlton
5
Davis
picks out of 5?
Carlton Davis at $14 million a year. I will go 4 picks out of 5 because if you have slight injury concerns, I don't blame you. But I personally would do it.
I got you. And you know what? Is this the most? Is this the closest to Malik Beasley that we've seen another player say, "Please, I don't want to go anywhere, Detroit. I love you guys." Wow, how the tables turn, man. Like, there was a time when people said players don't want to be in Detroit. And now we're seeing players from other organizations, players that have won big with other organizations saying, I just want to be here, bro. I was in multiple teams.
Yeah.
That's wild. Can you imagine a player of Malik Beasley's caliber just last year saying, please don't trade me, Detroit? Yeah. It's an awesome time in Detroit sports right now.
And I've said it before about certain players, and I'll reiterate it about Carlton Davis if I haven't already said it before. This, of course, I'm not making excuses. I don't want to play the what-if game because what's done is done. But Carlton Davis himself, I can almost guarantee, even though I obviously don't know him, that he believes that if he would have played in that Commanders game, that he would have made a difference. Maybe he would have been able to hold down De'Ami Brown and Terry McLaurin a little bit more, and it would have made a difference. I'm not trying to say that if Carlton Davis plays, the Lions for sure win, but Carlton Davis is going to come back next year if he is a Detroit Lion or if he's with someone else, but hopefully with a Detroit Lion with a fear and a hunger that I think is going to be even greater than last year. And he had something to prove last year as well, and he balled out. And I think if he comes back to the Lions, especially if the pass rush is a little bit better and healthier, man, Carlton Davis could be a borderline Pro Bowler for the Lions next year. I really believe that.
I really hope he comes back, and it's awesome to see how these players, some of them are getting a boost coming here and playing for the Detroit Lions underneath Dan Campbell. To see Carlton Davis have the type of year he did and to be able to be depended on that way, like you said, the real only concern is just injury, and that's why if it's the jaw, I'm okay with that. I know he had a little bit of a hand injury, but if it's not like ankle, knee, or something of that nature that can affect how fast he can run and how well we saw him effectively running a route sometimes for the receiver, then I'm all good with bringing him back. I appreciate the 4 out of 5 that Mitten made. Yeah. He's hoping that with that salary cap bump that they do bring back Carlton Davis and Kevin Zeitler.
Yeah, you can do it. That's the best part. You can do that. You can get them both back. And Kevin Zeitler's estimated market value, according to SpotTrack, is $9 million. And if you can give him 1 year for $9 million, I don't mind that. Give Carlton Davis maybe 3 for $42 million. I don't mind that. You still have an opportunity to maybe make that splash trade for a Myles Garrett, or even go after a guy like Khalil Mack or DeMarcus Lawrence, Josh Sweat, just throwing out names if you want. Milton Williams, just throwing out names. You can do pretty much anything you want. Maybe re-sign Kirby, Aiden, J-Mo, who knows? I'm not saying you could do all of those things, but you can do more than you think. You can re-sign some of your own guys, plus give extensions to guys who've earned it, plus make another, like a splash signing or trade, because once the salary cap kicks in, the extra salary cap, the Lions will have up to $80 million in cap space. Right now they have 55.
Dad, what up, though, KG?
We talked about yesterday just how good Brad Holmes is with the pocketbook. So I think them getting this additional, $20-some-odd million, I think that definitely opens the door for a CD3 return, because everything that he brought to you, just being a leader in that locker room, being able to help TA develop into the corner that he was, I think they're a really good combo together. I would like to see another year of that, of them sharing the field together. And just Carlton Davis has been everything we've wanted him to be, and he's still on the younger side of his career. He's not even 30 yet, so I think that's a good investment. $9 million, I don't think that's too much for what he brought to you this past season.
Tommy K. Sam said he'd resign J-Mo?
Oh, I'm not even saying that that's necessarily what I want. I'm just saying that the possibility is open to you. And I know it's been a conversation at this network that maybe you re-sign him quicker before he potentially plays a full season, maybe has another 1,000-yard season in which it's closer to 1,300 or 1,400, then he's going to command a big bag. I mean, the reality is with J-Mo, I'm open to almost anything because he gave me the 1,000-yard season that I so desperately wanted and got his jersey for. So I'm cool with it.
Vincent,
I'm cool with it.
Sam is slowly turning into a J-Mo fan.
1,000 yards will do that to you, man. It just will.
And you know what? It's the 1,000 yards, knowing that he missed a couple games,
Yeah.
and knowing that there's still some ceiling for improvement for J-Mo. Hey, so I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. You know, Carlton Davis and what he's saying about Dan Campbell, any of the conversation, as well as Jamison Williams. But Dan Campbell, this coach, I know you've got an opportunity to be around some of these players. How much do you hear them talk about the culture or Dan Campbell?
Yeah, Dan Campbell is definitely the identity of this team, and players love playing for him. And I definitely think that they need to re-sign Carlton Davis before his season-ending injury. I mean, he was a game changer. So 100%, they definitely need to re-sign him, and I hope it happens.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I know that he was your best cover corner overall throughout the season by a pretty wide margin. But when you really look at certain, as Summer said, game changers, you don't win that Houston game without Carlton Davis making a couple of huge interceptions, including that one in the end zone where it looked like Tank Dell was running wide open. C.J. Stroud's a little lackadaisical. And then who flashes into the picture to get the pick? Carlton Davis.
Yep.
And you're like, where the F did he come from? That's just one of those big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. And, hey, he's used to big games. He's won a Super Bowl before, and he made a big play in that game. But he made a lot of big plays and was great in coverage almost every game he played, though.
And I'm hoping that desire to be here somehow makes its way to Myles Garrett, because the Detroit Lions, they're not disappointing the people that they're bringing here. You've heard Zadarius Smith talk about it. You heard DJ Reader talk about it. You heard Carlton Davis talk about it. These players want to be here. This is a crazy trend when we talk about even the Pistons and their vets that they brought here. All of them want to be here. Dennis Schroeder wanted to be here.
Yeah.
He's like literally high school friends with Malik Beasley. So it's just like, this is such a weird time, because even when the Pistons were good in the early 2000s to mid 2000s, you still didn't have players that wanted to be here, which was crazy. They won a championship and people still didn't want to be here. So the fact that you're hearing good players now talk about across a plethora of our sports teams saying, yo, we want to be there. Like Jack Flaherty, still, when he even got traded, was still tweeting out stuff that was like, you could tell I'm looking over the wall at you guys, and then comes back in offseason.
Man,
like, bro, he was in paradise, right? I guess Detroit was a little bit more of it for him.
That's what's crazy, is because Jack Flaherty won a World Series.
That's crazy.
I mean, he got everything he wanted. I could not be happier for Jack Flaherty, and I'm happy that he's a part of the Detroit Tigers. But you know what else I'm happy about? That there are big games at Chrysler Center. Games against, Michigan's hated rival, who JB supports, MSU, that could decide a Big Ten championship. Hey,
go blue! You can keep thinking that. Keep thinking.
And we're gonna preview the game when we come back, because man, Chrysler Center is going to be alive and rocking, and it's great to see me as a Michigan fan have a college basketball team, and even as somebody who wants MSU to go 0-30 every single year, that rivalry is electric when they're both good, and even I can acknowledge that. But first, tell us about merch.
Do yourself a favor, head over to woodwardsports.com, click on that shop tab. We got new designs for you every single week. Let me tell you about the ones we got here up on screen right now. We got those Woodward Tigers. The season's starting very soon, so you got to get decked out. And you can't forget about the LFG Red Wings t-shirts and hoodies that we have available for you as well. Like I said, head over to woodwardsports.com, get decked out, because the Tiger season is coming very, very soon.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
This
guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
In 3, 2. All right, you know what time it is. Skiers and snowboarders, it's time to get railed because get ready to send it on a 14-foot drop-in with 3 custom features at the brand new Jars Utica location parking lot this Saturday, February 22nd, 1 to 5 p.m. Jam-style competition judged by 3 guest judges. $8,000 up for grabs. Register over at jarscannabis.com/JarsRailJam to sign up. Open to skiers and snowboarders. Must be 21 or older, and it's only limited to 50 participants. So lock in your spot right now. DMAC and Stick will be doing a special broadcast 2 to 4 p.m. there as well. Spectators are always welcome. The event is free to attend, and there's free food with any Jars Cannabis purchase. Live DJs, giveaways, drop in, cash out, and as always, get ready.
We got a game tonight, man. We got a game. Listen, top 15 matchups between these in-state rivals. When you look at the standings of the Big Ten, you see 2 teams there, man. Michigan and Michigan State. And this game is one of those narrative ones. I saw already, as people are talking about where these teams may land in the tournament, that they're looking at Michigan and Michigan State being maybe 4 seeds. But they got to handle business.
One of those teams, whoever wins, might get more than a 4 seed. But we shall see, because there's a business to be taken care of tonight. And before I pass it over to JB and give his keys for MSU, I want to summarize what makes this game a little bit unique, I would say, because we know Michigan and Michigan State, they're 1 and 2 in the Big Ten standings respectively. They're both having outstanding seasons, with Michigan probably having the second best turnaround after St. John's and Rick Pitino, just absolutely unbelievable. But with what both Michigan and Michigan State have is a glaring weakness, which is unspeakingly bad and even confoundingly bad compared to how good of a team that they both are. Michigan State is last in the Big Ten in three-point shooting. Not middle of the pack, not third to last, dead ass last. And it's because guys like Jaden Akins and Trey Holloman have just forgot how to shoot threes, but it hasn't really affected them. On the other end, Michigan, they are dead last, and anybody who's watched Michigan a lot this year sees it, and sometimes it gets a little maddening. They are dead last in the Big Ten in terms of turnovers, which means they've committed the most per game. And the worst offender, hate to say it, is Michigan's best player, Danny Wolf. So it's an interesting game, and honestly, the pressure is more on Michigan because you got to protect home court. If Michigan loses tonight, it would be more devastating than if Michigan State does. But on that note, JB, what are your keys to a Michigan State victory tonight?
I know this battle is going to be very tough, and you obviously know that as well too. So some keys to victory is capitalizing off of those turnovers that Michigan has as well too. I know both of these teams like to play at a very fast pace, so it's capitalizing off those turnovers and getting those transition points. I believe Michigan State is 17.5 when it comes to transition points, and second basket attempts as well too. They've capitalized 30 points off of that alone this season as well too. your two big men that you have as well too, Golding and Wolf, also known as Area 51. I thought that was kind of a pretty cool nickname. I'm not gonna lie. Izzo likes to play a lot of man, and he also likes to rotate a lot of these big men in as well too. So that's going to be key right now. As long as they can confuse them a little bit more and kind of get them off their rhythm, off their game, this will be a perfect matchup for the bigs for MSU. And finally, knowing this rivalry, Izzo knows what's at stake. He knows what comes with placing Michigan, whereas Dusty May doesn't quite know that, but he is in Indiana. He is from Indiana as well too, so he knows of the Big Ten rivalries as well too. So it's just knowing the magnitude of this rivalry and what's at stake as well too. So they got the whole state rooting for him. So make it a game tonight, fellas. Just make it a game.
Absolutely. Hey, I hope that Michigan State doesn't make it a game, but we shall see. I mean, I'm all about respecting the opponents, and I'm glad you gave your keys. And before I pass it over to my fellow Michigan fans in the room, I've got my keys to a Michigan victory, and I actually laid them out in a document if you've got that, JB. Yep. And the first two are pretty obvious. Number one, limit turnovers. I mentioned it before. Michigan is last in the Big Ten in terms of turnovers, meaning they commit the most. Don't be careless with the ball. Don't be loose with your dribble. No lazy passes. Limit the traveling violations. Limit the offensive fouls. I think if you told me right now that Michigan committed less than 10 turnovers, I would bet my entire year's condo payment on Michigan. But that's a big ask knowing this Michigan team because they do tend to get careless. Number two, limit easy looks for MSU. How would MSU get a lot of these easy looks? To piggyback to the turnovers, if Michigan commits turnovers, which lead to transition opportunities, which lead to Jeremy Fears and Trey Holloman running the break with athletes like Cohen Carr and Xavier Booker and Jace Richardson and Jaden Akins, MSU's transition game is scary. And also, if MSU is in half court, I think you have to dare them to shoot threes and just, I would say, make them prove that they can make them before you really sell out to stop the three and deny the ball at the three.
Which we don't want to do.
That means protect the rim, limit dribble penetration, and just limit transition opportunities. Number three, Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden. I am going to need them both to dominate. First, they need to rebound. I want double-doubles from both of these guys. It's a big ask for Vlad Golden. For Danny Wolf, it's just a night's work. But as JB was mentioning with MSU's big men, they've got big men. They've got Xavier Booker. They've got Simon Zapala. They've got Carson Cooper. But each of them only plays about 15 minutes a game. I think if you're Tom Izzo, ideally you'd like to go small more often, but you're not going to be able to do that against this Michigan team because if you don't have at least one of those big men on the floor, Golden and Wolf they're going to lunch. I will just say that. And even if you've got big bodies for MSU that can bother Wolf and Golden, you've never seen a unicorn, at least this year, at least teams MSU has played, like a Danny Wolf, who at times is a dominant point center. And you've certainly never seen that 7-foot pick and roll with Vlad Golden being the roller and the picker and the roller and the finisher and Danny Wolf being the distributor. That is something that I need to see big time out of Michigan. Big game for both of them. My stat line that I would like to see them combined is at least 30 points, at least 20 rebounds. I need 2 blocks at least from Golden and 5 assists at least for Danny Wolf. I think they could do it. Number 4, 3-point shooting. Michigan is a middle-of-the-pack Big Ten 3-point shooting team, but in the last 5 games, they've gone cold. In 5 wins, by the way, but their 3-point shooting in the last 5 games is only at 31% combined. But when it comes to Michigan, they have guys who can shoot threes. You've got Will Shedder, you've got Namari Burnett, you've got Trey Donaldson. They're all 40% 3-point shooters. I need them to knock down their open looks. I need Trey Donaldson to maybe create some for himself. If Michigan shoots 36% or higher from 3 in this game, I think Michigan wins. Again, if you were to tell me that Michigan shot over 36% from 3 in this game, I would bet my year's condo payment that they win. And number 5, Trey Donaldson. We talk about Danny Wolf, we talk about Vlad Golden, but Trey Donaldson has been big time as well. MSU obviously has the advantage when it comes to backcourts, but Trey Donaldson, what I like about him is he is fearless. He can penetrate to the rim even though he's small and finish. I've seen him do it multiple times. He actually leads the team in assists. He's one of your best playmakers. He's really the one guy on the team that can create his own three-point shot, even better than Danny Wolf can. So I need a big game out of Trey Donaldson. I need an efficient game, a couple of threes, some assists, some dribble drive layups. I think if Michigan does all 5 of these things, they win pretty comfortably. And if they at least do 3 out of 5 of these things, they will be able to win the game.
Yeah, and you know, I'm really keying in on is Danny Wolf. Obviously, yes. Pistons, this draft season, and looking at a couple players from this game as well, because the Pistons are going to have the opportunity to do something with their second-round picks. I believe that they actually might trade back into that first round. And Danny Wolf is a guy who you looked early on, and he was mocked to the Pistons. Right now, I think he's definitely played himself out of where they're able to pick, but I still have my eyes on him because you're talking about a guy like him who I believe could mesh very seamlessly with players like Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart. I feel like he complements them so well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays against a Tom Izzo-led and coached team that does employ some NBA principles, that does have some NBA athleticism and speed and ability to defend. And you know that he's going to be a focal point of it. So I am looking forward to not just all your keys, which are, I love the way you broke this down, but specifically from a selfish Pistons perspective, one Mr. Danny Wolf, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll tell you what, Danny Wolf, I need him just for my own personal pleasure and because I think he can. He needs, hey, hold on. He needs to make Simon Zapala and Carson Cooper, he needs to baby them. Those guys nobody can hang with Danny Wolf. And what I like about him is that he is a guy who likes to get his teammates involved. But there are going to be moments, and there were moments, especially in the second half of that Ohio State game, where he just needs to get to the basket at will and finish because there's nobody on MSU that can stop him. And I will say this, MSU does have big men, but they're all mid big men. I will just say that. But they can play defense when they are asked to at times. But Danny Wolf, I looked for an absolutely dominating performance. He's the only player in the Big Ten, by the way, that's averaging a double-double, and he's doing that while running the point at 7-1 oftentimes for this team.
It's wild. Flannel, I agree with literally everything you said except the personal pleasure part. To me, we all know Michigan's biggest problem is the turnover bug. If they can find ways to limit turnovers, they are absolutely going to win this game. But my key, or one of my keys, would be physical. Play a physical brand of basketball because I don't think MSU can really handle that. They're a little bit undersized, and a big key for the Spartans to win this game is going to be getting points in the paint. So I need Vlad Golden to just be stout down there. Don't be afraid to play a physical brand of basketball because you have the size, and you don't just have the size, you're skilled as well. So I think that'll open up a lot of opportunities for Michigan. I'm so glad you said Trey Donaldson, but maybe we have him for different reasons. I think Trey Donaldson needs to focus more on playmaking because that's going to open up the floor, for your shooters like Shetter and Burnett whenever they're sharing the floor together. Also, Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden, that pick and roll, that gives them the lanes that they need to execute that. So I think if Trey Donaldson has a focus on playmaking and get your buckets, within the floor of the game, I think they'll be okay there. And, man, just let your stars be stars. And we all know Danny Wolf has been the absolute truth all this year, just from anywhere on the floor, whether it's in the paint, from three-point range. He can do it all. But Vlad Golden, I really need a good game out of him defensively and to just get easy buckets in the paint. And if they can do that and you can, kind of restrict MSU to shooting a lot of threes, like you said, doing something uncharacteristic, something that they haven't been good at this year, Michigan should win this game. I have no qualms that they will lose this game if they can do that.
And before we get to JB Smoove, I just have a personal message to Vlad Golden, who I love, who I have fallen in love with as the season has went on after being a little iffy on him to start. But, he's earned it. But I have one message to you, Vlad Golden. Rebound the fucking basketball.
Yes, sir.
Please. That's Vlad Golden's weakness. He's not a great rebounder like Danny Wolf is. So if there's a contested rebound, get it. No offensive second. No, limit the second chance opportunities as well. Just there's another key. But Vlad Golden, like you did against Ohio State with that 20-point, 10-rebound double-double, rebound the basketball.
And conversely, Michigan has been good at getting second chance buckets. So that has to be a big key for them as well. Crash those boards, get as many second chance opportunities as you can get.
Yeah, and JB Smooth, before you give your last word from the Michigan State Spartans perspective, what about that do, Justin?
I just think it's important to mention that Michigan is going to most likely come out in a 2-3 zone against Michigan State, which is something that they're not used to seeing, and that's something that really forces Michigan State to shoot threes and be uncharacteristic. Them playing in a road environment like Chrysler is something they're not used to. The rims are a little shaky. The view from behind with the bleachers is different than at the Breslin. It all plays a factor, and I think that all plays towards Michigan's strength, as they have the size to limit their ability to getting to the rim, and then they can run a zone to force them to shoot threes, and at that point it's going to be on Jace Richardson to carry the offensive load and make those threes and carry Michigan State. And I think if you put them in that position, you're going to have a great chance to win this game if you're Michigan.
Well, Justin, you mentioned it. Jace Richardson is literally the only one on Michigan State who's shot the three ball well this year. He's the only one. I don't mind a zone at all because you have to force MSU to prove that they can make it. And maybe they do. Maybe Jaden Akins and Trey Holloman regain their form from last year tonight. But make them prove it because they haven't done it all year. Michigan State is morbid from three. It's shocking how bad they are from three, but at the same time, I can't say shit because Michigan is shockingly bad at turning the basketball over, like morbid as well. It's just weird how they each have such a glaring weakness, and I know that Izzo and Dusty May are going to try to exploit it.
Hey, have you looked at the calendar? January, February.
Okay.
May.
Hey!
May. Let's go, Blue. That's the pick, man. Hey, if you guys giving that final score prediction or that game-winning pick?
You want me to give? Okay, I'll give my final score prediction before I pass it back over to JB. I'm gonna go Michigan 85, MSU 77.
Ooh, I got a similar one. I got 84-78 Michigan.
Let's rock.
I got 86-80 Michigan.
Nice.
86-80.
Spartan representative. Spartans.
The only one.
Spartans, the only one on here. The unique one over here. I got to give you guys credit. Yes, KG, I will agree with you. This does need to be a physical game. And for MSU, yes, these guards need to start attacking the paint a little bit more. And you've seen in these past two games that they've had as well to get these big men into foul trouble easily. You don't want to sit here and start to live and die by the three because, as Flannel has said, we have not shot the ball well from three. It is terrible. But as you've seen these past two games, they haven't been, forcing to jack up those threes a lot. So they've actually been physical a lot more. So make them make mistakes. Get those transition buckets as well and those second point attempts. My final score, I'm going a little bit lower on this one. So I'm going 78-72.
Ooh.
A little bit of a defensive battle.
78-72 who?
MSU, come on.
Let's be real. I wouldn't expect JB to pick Michigan in this game, but me and JB have been talking off air, and I will make it official on air. If Michigan State wins on Friday, I will come in Monday with a Michigan State shirt, and if Michigan wins, JB, you'll come in with a Michigan shirt, and
yes,
we'll do this again when Michigan goes to the Breslin Center, and hey, we might even get another opportunity to do it in the Big Ten tournament. But whoever has to wear the shirt they don't want to wear on Monday will get a chance for their get back when they play each other again at Breslin, which, please, Michigan, win this game because you got to protect home court. And that's why I'm confident and I'm optimistic, but this is a bigger game for Michigan than it is for MSU, in my humble opinion. Yeah.
Put yourself in prime position to win the Big Ten.
What did you say, Justin?
You can put yourself in prime position to win the Big Ten if you win this game if you're Michigan. You control your own destiny. You have a loss to give, even to Michigan State, who's in second in the Big Ten right now. If you beat them in this first game, it gives you that margin of error where you can even lose to Maryland down the stretch or someone else. But it gives you that leeway to be able to play free basketball and not have the pressure if you are able to win this game. If not, you're going to have to go into MSU in a week, and you're going to have to win that game to win the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Out on top. I think it's going to be a close game, like 87-82. It's going to be close, but I definitely see Michigan. Yep.
Yeah, because you've been in the building for some of them games. Hey, that's dope. And I can't wait. March Madness is right around the corner. I think both of these teams have an opportunity to make some serious noise. And we get just that much closer selfishly to the NBA draft.
Hey, absolutely. There's a lot coming up. And speaking of coming up, KG with his three. Oh my God! I forgot.
Triple threat.
Triple threat. Wow. It was a long night. It was a very long night. Forgive me for I have sinned on that one. But do you know what never sins? Lady Jane's. I'm sure the people who are there have sinned before, but anywho, bad transition.
I don't.
Hellfire, brimstone,
Everybody sins.
damnation.
Everybody sins.
I know I do.
Watch yourself, Flannel.
Flannel got in trouble yesterday. Flannel got in trouble.
And it's we take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, a relaxing scalp massage, my favorite, that hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. You know what? Somebody's over there right now getting the works, man. Towel placement varies. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men is wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on Big D Energy, every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards, where he's offering you top-notch injury advice. You guys got to trust the guy that D-Mac trusts. Yes, the Canadian D-Mac. But Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. And you know what, man? Watching that game with D-Mac last night at RJ's Pub out in Rochester, it was dope, man. Like, you could tell Mac wants his guys to win, but he didn't want us to be sad either.
Yeah.
But it was an awesome time, brother.
Yep. And you know what else is an awesome time? Triple threat.
Let's rock.
KG,
take it away.
Hit it.
Hey, you know I got you, man. The name of the game is Triple Threat. I will be presenting a question and or scenario, and in 3 words, you will tell me how you feel about said subject. Since it's a lot of us and I actually have a decent number of questions today, we'll try and get through these a little quick, but if you want to give a brief synopsis as to why you said that, you can as well. And, you know, chat, if you have some interesting answers, we will read some of those off. But Will, play me some pimping, man. Can you play me some music?
Hey, smash that like button too. 35 away from a goal. Can we get there?
Hey,
before the end of the show.
WUW Crew, you damn right we gonna get there, man.
Let's
Shout
rock.
out to the chat family. We appreciate you. But number 1, it is a Pistons topic. What award is Cade Cunningham guaranteed to get at the end of the season? In 3 words. Is it most improved player? Is it most valuable player? Is it all NBA team?
All NBA team.
Okay.
Period. If Blake Griffin got it, if Andre Drummond got it for 8th seed, swept like flameouts, Cade Cunningham and these Pistons at 6th seed, he definitely should get it.
So this is guaranteed. He'll get this at the end of the season.
Bro, if
guaranteed.
Listen, I know the guarantee is gonna be most improved player. We all know that, but I'm hedging my bet even more, man. I do believe that this guy is worthy of an all NBA spot. He is the best guard in the Eastern Conference. This guy deserves it. And you see what the success of the team is.
Yep. Samuel.
All NBA team.
JB. Or Justin. Actually, I skipped over Justin.
All NBA.
All right. I'll go ahead and say most improved. I think that's a lot. But JB.
Give me all NBA on this one. So that's my pick.
All NBA.
Kvasia.
All NBA MIP.
Hey.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I see
Big
that.
Will, 3 words.
Most improved.
Most improved player. All right. I like it.
But he's finally gonna get an award, and I'm happy for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's the little things, like enjoying 14 to 42 wins. It's the little things.
I remember when he got the
39
trophy
wins.
at the Rising Stars game, and he was looking so happy. Like, I'm like, bro, is this the Rising Stars game? But our players care about eating everything on their plate.
No, absolutely, and we deserve it all, man. Y'all know y'all done heard me say this before. Shout out to Kendrick. But number 2, what do you want the Lions to do with this increase in cap space in 3 words? Kool-Aid.
Sign Davis Zeitler.
All right, bet.
Oh, man. Can I hyphenate a word?
You can.
Add a game wrecker.
Hey, that's fair.
All right, fair enough. Justin.
Make a splash.
Make a splash. I'll say re-sign Carlton Davis. It's a priority now.
I kind of got to go with Justin on that one. Make a splash, even though I really want Myles Garrett. So make a splash, get Myles Garrett.
Summer.
I agree with you. I think we should re-sign Carlton Davis.
Chuck Brewer says post-it note.
Chuck, me and you gonna have a problem, man. Shout out my guy, man.
I'm gonna say free season tickets. I'll take some tickets from the Lions.
They ain't doing that with the cap space. I guarantee you that. Big Willie style.
Lower parking wages in the parking lot.
Oh my God! There we go.
I see we got some personal things we want done with the cap space.
You're not at UWM. You here for the people.
All the time. I hear from people. They be complaining about parking all the time. My ID ain't working. I got to pay $40 for a parking space. I said, oh, I had to call there for again. I had to call management again and said, oh, they still got to pay for it or go to the other side.
You're a man of the people, huh?
Right. Hey, y'all got to get creative down there, man. It's ways you cannot pay for the parking. Because I'll be damned if I pay $40 for parking. Get the hell out of here. But
those lots of grass from the clutch.
Yeah,
I'm like, where'd you park, man? It's expensive. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, exactly. I can't be giving up the secrets, bro. At number 3, what is a realistic expectation for Hutch's on-field return in 3 words? But I'm looking more for stats. What do you think he'll do in his on-field return?
I'm gonna use a hyphen. 12 sacks or more.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 14 sacks minimum.
Whoa. Damn. 14 sacks fresh off the injury. You know what, Just I'm gonna let you go first.
15 and a half sacks. I think he's going to be a sack a game. I have so much faith in the dog that Hutch is. He is a different animal. He's a different breed. The way that he's already moving this little after the injury, and he has so much more time to prepare before August and training camp rolls around. I think he's going to be full go, and I think you're going to see a very similar Hutch that you saw last year.
All right, I won't put a number on it, but I do agree with y'all. I will say double-digit sacks. That could be 10, anywhere from 10 to 15, but double-digit sacks on his return to the field.
I can't lie, that's a little bit of a soft answer, KG.
You
know how good he is.
Yeah, I do, but I just want him, and he will have some help, but I want him to ease back into it. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on Hutch. Go out there and just be yourself, but himself is double-digit sacks. I don't think that's a problem.
He thrives in pressure.
Okay. JB.
That's fair enough. I'm going to go with 12+ sacks. As Justin said, I think he has a lot to prove this season, and you're going to see that as well, too. He's got the time to get himself better. So 12+ sacks.
I got to go with 15.
Woo. Let's rock.
I was gonna say late season surge. I think maybe he's just gonna have to get back and get back fully healthy. Get the confidence of playing in a few games. But by the end of the year, playing 15, 16, 17 games. He's going to have the confidence.
Too.
Yeah, he's going to have the confidence under his belt. He's going to feel fully healthy. It's been over a year since the injury at that point. So I think by the end of the year, you'll see him really like pushing, like making a push for that Defensive Player of the Year.
Big Willie.
I'm going to be realistic. I'm going to give a minimum of 12 because coming from the injury, just slowly get his progress together, doing the first 2 or 3 games of the season. When you start warming up, it will catch up these sacks when he ran for the quarterback. So slowly but surely, just crawl before you walk.
Yeah, I see you. I got Stephen Baffy 24 sacks in here. Nick Hedigan 2 million sacks. Y'all are here wilding, man. Steve DeYoung Defensive Player of the Year and what is that? Comeback Player of the Year. So
I think he's gonna win D-Play.
Hey, I'm not mad at you. I'm not.
Comeback season for Hutch. Come on.
I am not mad at that at all. Number 4. What is your confidence level that the Tigers will win the AL Central in 3 words?
I'm fired up. That's simply that.
You already know how I feel. To the moon. I don't give a damn that they didn't that the Alex Bregman thing didn't work out. I think they have enough to at least win the AL Central, and it's going to be predicated mainly off of their starting pitching and their bullpen. To the moon.
All right, I will say a little concerned. I feel like they're a guaranteed wild card team at a minimum, but as far as competing for that Central, I still don't know if they have enough just yet. But I am confident that they can get there.
They're the best overall roster in the AL Central. They should win the AL Central. But behind their pitching and their bullpen, both are very deep and going to be some of the best units in baseball. I think Gleyber Torres does bring a solid bat in this lineup, so it's not as worse as it was last year. So I do have faith in the Tigers. I do think they're going to win the AL Central.
Okay.
I think Bregman cost them from being a World Series contender, though, like Flannel said.
Yeah. F.U. Scott? No, I'm talking. JB.
I'm going to go with we got a shot. I still need to see it in these spring games and that first opening game, but I definitely think we got a shot at this one, so we got a shot.
I'm going to say yes. They're going to win that.
Eat 'em up, Tigers.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So.
I like them 3 words. Big Willie.
Let's go Tigers all day. I wanted America League AL Central want to win, but they need one more piece. They need a designated hitter, a very consistent hitter. So in that case, if he had that in the All-Star season, we going number 1.
Oh, let's go.
All right.
Bring JD Martinez home.
Hey, bring somebody home, goddammit.
That's some money, damn it.
Number 5. What is your expectations for the Wings in the second half of the season? 3 words.
Playoffs.
Woo!
Or hey, hockey town. Either one.
Second wild card.
All right, I will say wild card team is my 3.
Continued improvement. I'm not necessarily worried about making the playoffs. I'm worried about in next year or the year after when we're competing to win a Stanley Cup.
All right, Jay Bizzle.
Fair enough. I'm going to go with big playoff push. I definitely think this second half they're going to be on fire, ramping up to get in this the Stanley Cup tournament. So big playoff push.
Detroit versus everybody, so playoffs.
Hey, like it.
What was the question?
What is your expectations for the Wings in the second half of the season?
3 words.
Second round playoffs.
Damn. All right, Chase, stand on it. Big Willie.
First round playoffs, they're coming back. And that would be awesome, for the Wings to go on to the second round. But that would be awesome.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. Number 6. 6 and 7 is kind of, as Lions fans, we need to do a little soul searching here. And be honest. Okay. Name 3 things that are a concern to you as a Lions fan going into 2025. Name 3 things. Look at Kool-Aid face.
It's like, I have none.
I mean, last year, the thing I said was injuries was the only thing that could slow this team down. I still believe that. And so if I had to name 3 things, it's just knock on wood, but injuries to our top 3 players. Like, I don't really have concerns with this team, the offense, the defense, what Brad Holmes is going to do. Dan Campbell is just, can they stay healthy?
So injuries is the only thing. You ain't got nothing else on this team.
If there were no injuries last year or just even manageable injuries like the other teams got to experience, I believe we're talking about a team that was in the Super Bowl last year.
If you had to force 2 more answers, what would you say?
Cornerback and shore up the trenches.
Okay. Injuries, cornerback, trenches. Got it.
I am going to go Aleem McNeil's comeback from ACL. Probably won't start the season. I'm going to go with a guard position. I don't know which one, but there's still some uncertainty. And I am going to go with Arnold and Rakestraw.
Arnold and Rakestraw. Okay. Justin, I'm going to let you go first.
I'm cut from a similar cloth as flannel on this one. I think that the trenches, we need to make sure we shore up our guard play, and with Aleem McNeil's injury and Zadarius Smith's, I have faith in Zadarius Smith, but I also want to bring in a younger edge that can learn from Zadarius Smith and be the future on the edge for this team. So I'd love to see some work in the trenches. I'd love to see some secondary improvement, either a Carlton Davis coming back or another veteran like Shadavius Ward to join the secondary and bring that lockdown presence that we need. And then the last one would just be injuries and avoiding the absolute disaster class at the end of the season was.
And it is a really good question and a good conversation starter too, KG. Jonathan Lord says beer prices, injuries, and SOL fans.
Beer prices for sure. They going the fuck up this year. If my 3 would be pass rush. I really feel they need to improve that pass rush. I know it's not, desolate. I'm not saying that, but I would like to see a little bit more talent added there. Of course, injuries. I would like to see our team fully healthy this year. I know injuries will happen. I just hope it's not as bad as this previous season. And concern. I'm not concerned, but the coordinators. I want them to be able to fit in seamlessly, and I don't want the learning curve to take too long. You kind of want to see the team hit the ground running. So I'll say coordinators. So injuries, pass rush, coordinators.
That's a good one because the reality is losing both coordinators. It's tough. We'll see how it goes. We have confidence in Brad and Dan, and like what I've heard from John Morton, like what I've seen from Kelvin Shepard coaching the linebackers, like what I saw from John Morton in his tenure with the Jets. But losing both coordinators who we were all very high on and all got head coaching jobs is not easy.
Who were the top coordinators for potential head coaching jobs multiple years in a row? They showed the consistency. It wasn't even flash in the pan. These guys were that deal.
Yep. All right.
JB.
I got to go with injuries, edge, and the coaching staff shuffle, whether it be new coordinators and coordinators moving into head coaching coaching positions as well too. I know they talk a lot, but it's like you kind of want to see it first before you can actually grade what they've done or if they've improved or this has been a downgrade. So we'll have to see with that. But injuries, as long as we don't have a pile up of injuries that we had this past season, we should be good. And go out there and either draft an edge or just go get Myles Garrett, please.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all for the upcoming season. And you guys pretty much hit on everything. Just seeing how the new coordinators are going to be, and then the injuries. We don't need any more injuries. And then just to see the defense come back. I think that's going to be the biggest thing for me. But not worried.
No worries. You said Stoke not scared. Hey, can we get a Stoke not scared real quick?
Not scared.
Let's go. Let's go.
What was the 3 words for?
Just name 3 things that you're concerned as a Lions fan going into 2025.
Oh,
yeah. And I know you ain't got no worries, Chase. Come up with 3 things.
Prices. Lower the ticket prices. Let the fans back in.
Oh, that ain't happening.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about anything. What do you need to be worried about on the field? What do you need to be worried about with the front office? No, let's just get the fans back in there.
Chicken, food, and beer, huh?
Yeah, the 3 essentials, man. Pizza, wings, just anything you need at the game, bro. Just cheapen it up. Get like the Falcons with those concession prices, or like the Phoenix Suns, like those ownership ideas.
The value menu.
What you got, Willie?
Injuries, sign Myles Garrett, and as an employee working for the stadium, I need a discount every time I work over I don't need to spend $25 just get my chicken tenders and fries on my lunch break. Just give me a 20% discount. I'll be happy with it. Y'all want to price me up.
Hey, you can share that discount too.
Right.
Of course.
Tenders be hitting the pocket.
Yeah, dog. Kool-Aid love them tenders, man.
Especially Little Caesar Reds, them boys are fire.
Them ones upstairs, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Upstairs to the Lord.
Dog, Kool-Aid is in love with them fucking tenders, even though they was burning shit when you got them last time. I'm like, bro, how'd you eat this?
But I spent 25 on the boy.
That is crazy, man.
Downstairs, the first level floor. So in that case, the chicken tenders be fresh and the fries be fresh, and a load of fries over the other side. So in that case, man, get employees a discount when we try to order some food. It's some bullshit, you know that.
Hey, well, I see some people in the room didn't understand the assignment, and that's okay, because ain't none of that shit gonna happen. But it's all good. It's all good. But we gonna end this on a positive note. So for the last one, name 3 things as a Lions fan that you're excited about going into 2025.
Dan Campbell as a head coach. Man, you know what? Kelvin Shepherd as the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
I'm ecstatic about that one, and the fact that they were able to retain Hank Fraley.
All right.
I am gonna go with Aiden Hutchinson's return. Spacebar, return. Brian Branch, Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right. I'll let you go.
The retaining and having a very similar roster to last year is number 1. Number 2 is John Morton, because he's going to take all the BS out of our offense that Ben Johnson put in there. I believe that you're going to see a more like true Dan Campbell style of offense, where there's not a lot of trick plays, a lot more smash mouth, where we don't get away from giving the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs, our best player in the NFC playoffs.
I believe that.
And then the return of Aiden Hutchinson. That's a nice little warm blanket I sleep in every night.
All right, so my 3 are off-season additions. I'm really interested to see what the Lions are going to add to this team this offseason, whether it be Myles Garrett or not. I want to see what they're going to do in the draft and free agency, and how they approach, trying to go after this thing again. I'm going to say a new defensive philosophy. No offense to AG. We loved AG here. He did a great job, especially in this last year. But I am excited to see what Kelvin Shepherd can bring to this defense. What subtle changes is he going to make? Come on now. But what subtle changes will he make? Will it be, a lot of man defense still? Does he believe in blitzing a lot as AG did? Or are they going to try and get it with the front 4? And the last one, I would say probably Hutch's return. I'm very excited to see what Hutch is going to look like coming off this injury.
Damn, Justin and KG playing the whole, they sucked anyway. Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn sucked anyway.
Nobody said that.
Hey, that's what I heard.
Nobody said that.
That's what I heard. I'm just saying.
Then clean your fucking ears, because nobody in here said that, bro.
Ben Johnson, boy, genius. We ain't a real man.
I literally said no disrespect to AG, but I can be excited about a new defensive philosophy. I could be excited about that.
They sucked anyway. Now they're on the Lions. They blow.
No, that was y'all talking about Ben Johnson through the game. Ben Johnson through the game.
What were you told?
Flannel, stop rage bait.
Right.
Flannel, stop trying to rage
out of here.
I'm excited for there not to be as many trick plays in our offense, and because I think it takes away from our actual offense. We have one of the best actual offenses in the NFL with some of the best players in the NFL. We don't need to be running trick plays in a playoff game. We can just run our offense and we'll be fine.
I just think this idea that you're like slandering Ben Johnson and just like John Morton. He's a real man, football coach. He ain't that boy genius nerd. He's a real man.
Goddamn right.
John Morton's gonna be like Dan Campbell. He's a real man. We don't need that boy genius.
Chew some tobacco and call play.
America.
I wasn't even slandering man. I just
nobody slandered anybody.
I just prefer less trick plays.
Nobody slandered anyone.
Keep accountable, Sam.
I'm wiping tears on my eyes almost every show now.
Keep them accountable.
That was chase level.
Yeah, you be accountable for Tobias Harris's rebounds. That's what you be accountable for. JB Smooth.
That's fair. Accountability all across the room.
Be accountable.
Oh, man. Snap. 3 things. J-Mo, my godson. Aiden's
I like
return,
that. Yeah.
And I gotta go. This one's an easy one. Come on, you guys. Super Bowl. You guys see the logo colors. Come on. Super Bowl.
Randall
now.
Small says effing Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not mad at that. Summer, 3 things you excited about as a Lions fan.
Yeah, I'm excited for them to display that grit mentality again. Super Bowl, return of Hutch, and then, yeah, we need J-Mo's contract extended.
Oh, I like that.
Rock.
Off-season edition, 300-pounder with some wiggle. I don't care what side of the ball. I don't. Yeah, that's
300-pounder.
triple threat with 3 words each. Yeah, I don't care what side of the ball. Offensive line, defensive line. Nothing I love more on a football team than a big old fat boy with some wiggle.
Oh shit! Pause, man.
He
Big
sound
pause.
like T-Falls.
Yeah, you do. Right, the white boy wiggle. Big Willie style.
We need guys with big butts.
I mean,
3 things you excited about as a Lions fan going into the season.
okay. First of all, parking lot parties. That'd be fire, especially on Thanksgiving Day, because they be serving out some food. Secondly, the Lions grit with Dan Campbell should be a slogan. Dan effing Campbell, you know what I mean, in the building. So he got that aura of Detroit in the bloodline. So that's awesome. And third, man, I need chick tears, man. What's happening, man? I mean, yeah, maybe they be slapping it in there. I want it fresh, you know what I mean? Make sure the grit is fresh.
Y'all in this goddamn food, bro.
I'm a food motherfucker, man. I like to eat.
It's like, you know who Will really spends his time out there, man.
Don't act like you don't like food, KG.
No, I'm big fat. No, I'm a fat ass. No doubt. But that was the point of the goddamn assignment. But it's all good, man. We here now. That's the end of triple threat, man.
I had no shame, Will. If we was at LCA, ironically, the chicken stand on Red Wings night was like the only place I could just walk up and nobody else was.
And let me tell you, that was the driest, most burnt ass chicken, and my boy Kool-Aid still put that boy
You
down.
went to the wrong spot, bro.
He got him some barbecue sauce and did that shit.
You in the wrong spot because that's the first floor, especially on lunch break. They get the loaded fries. They put some bacon and some sour cream cheese on that boy. It's fire, you know.
Bro, Will, you got the whole, the whole plan. It's like, you know what, boots on the ground about to go to a whole new level. But KG, awesome job again with the segment.
Of course.
You approve of this game a little more, Cavassier Chase?
Oh, yeah, this is more fun than prove me wrong. Like I
That
said.
you always win, but you over here
Bro.
complaining.
Dude, it's like challenging a man with no legs to a race, KG. That's essentially what you're doing. Like,
And y'all seem to beat me every time, so.
Dog, we got to get to everybody's favorite segment as well, what's trending. But what friends you want us to say what up, though, to JB Smooth?
I think we got, Mark White.
Mark White, yes. Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts.
Great addition to the line.
Absolutely, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a limited time offer continuing throughout the football season. Soroki's is debuting their fresh signature flavored wings this football season. Grab your friends, order New York style pizza, and add fresh wings for the games this weekend. Try one of their 7 different flavors. Visit Sorokis.com.
Hey, you know what? It's time for what's trending, but
that's what.
What is happening?
My fired up meter.
can't even see it.
I don't even know what buttons he pushing, dog. I don't think you gotta press one for your mic.
I can see. I can see right there. And then you fire it up, like you said, right on time.
Fired up. That's it right there with a fired up meter. Hey, you know, I'm fired up for what's trending. Let's get sparking word to jars. JB Smooth.
Let's do it.
Now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
And to Flannel's dismay, we got a real man. And in the TD booth, JB Smooth.
I like the boy genius, offensive genius archetype, and now that he's gone, people are just acting like he was a bum anyway.
Yeah, but now we got the Chew Tobacco offensive coordinator in philosophy. So.
Man who had 1 year of OC experience. I think John Morton's going to be fine.
Uh-oh, it don't sound like it.
This idea that
it don't sound like it.
Oh, man, all that fancy stuff, we don't need that. We just need a real man head coach. Ain't going to be no trickery in that playbook. None. Smash mouth.
Halfback dive every fucking play.
And that's not even John Morton's philosophy. It's just that's. Go on. I don't need to.
Imagine he drinks milk with Jim Harbaugh.
Right.
It's okay. I was just letting you guys go off on this. But, hey, what's going on, chat family? Fellas, I got a little bit of news for you, and I'm glad that we got Summer here to get a woman's perspective on this because Valentine's Day passed, and, you know, Kool-Aid, we're trying to make an attempt out to Vegas as well, too. So, fellas, you know, if you made that leap this Valentine's Day and proposed to your lady, you can now get married at Taco Bell for $777 in Vegas.
He just got them effed up, you know that.
Wait, what?
What? So this package includes an Elvis impersonator that will, you know, serenade the wedding, tacos, and a hot sauce packet bouquet. Food. This also lets you invite up to 25 people to the Taco Bell for said wedding. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. Summer, of course, I need to know, as a woman, are you down for this Taco Bell wedding?
Hell no. Tell him, Summer, hell no.
She look like a Taco Bell fan, though.
I'm just an appreciative person, so like it wouldn't.
However.
Yeah, however it's coming, but yeah, I don't know.
Dog.
I don't know how to feel about it.
She ain't doing that.
No, I said,
you see how many pictures she take for Instagram? She ain't gonna get caught dead no motherfucker.
Right, the wedding dress,
the wedding dress selfie in a Taco Bell, it ain't happening.
No.
Nah.
Hey, for the brokies out there, this is a great package, man. For the broke couples out there, the broke couples need outlets in order to, you know, be able to celebrate their love too. So shout out to Taco Bell for that. I won't be doing this personally, but you know, for the broke couples out there.
Nah, if you do this, I actively root for your divorce.
Damn. Flannel
because this is a time where you need to go all out. You need a grown person wedding. Don't be a little kid. A grown person wedding.
This is how you got in trouble yesterday.
Hey,
he always double it down. Flannel from the top rope.
A grown person wedding with like a dress, a tux, an audience, somebody to officiate, best man, bridesmaids, you know, good food, not tacos, not pizza, not tenders.
But Sam, not everybody can afford all the lavish things that you would want.
You can afford more than $777. It's a wedding.
Speak on your own bank account.
Take advantage of though. Do you know how many drunk people they're gonna take advantage of?
Oh yeah,
they're just gonna be there and just like, yo, we can get married right now.
There will be a select crowd from the trailer park community that will partake in it.
KG looked at me so disappointedly too. I was like, "Oh, it comes with food." He looked at me instantly
like, "Come on, Kool-Aid, no,
Kool-Aid, man,
no Kool-Aid."
I mean, look, you got tacos.
What would Queen Kool-Aid think? You got to.
That's not happening. I don't even joke about that. Hey, sweetie, you want to? No, that's not happening.
Just no.
Just no.
You know, Queen Kool-Aid, it ain't happening. It's not. Summer's like, nope.
That's a big no. That's a big no.
It's a no for me, dog.
No. Hey, look, I was trying to hook you guys up with a deal. In Vegas, Taco Bell, $777. Hey, if you're on the broke side and you're looking for a wedding, there you go. Vegas is the spot for you as well, too. What's not the spot is whoever parked their car right here, because this parking ticket is now about to cost the city a lot of money.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hell no.
Gonna get paid.
And
I hope he got insurance.
What?
If he do, he gonna get paid.
This is 6:50 in the morning, by the way.
I'm scrapping it. I'm scrapping with that tow driver, man. Like,
that's tough.
That's pretty bad.
That's tough.
How are you not distracted by that?
Distracted by what?
Man, pretty rough out here. It's pretty rough out here for whoever car that is. I will say that.
That is rough.
And finally, I will end what's trending with this because, boss, I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna be a little bit late getting to work because I gotta go and find my car now.
Wait, are they plowing his car?
They are plowing his car along with the street. I don't know where.
That's crazy because I know out this way they're starting to really ticket people. I know Madison Heights is doing that now. If you leave your car there, Canada just ain't playing. They're like, bro, we'll take your car with us.
Man, that's.
What do you do if you wake up and your car's just not there?
Dude, where's my car?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can't even give a response because this is just such a confounding thing.
That's wild, bro.
Hell no.
Like I said, I'm gonna be late for work, boss. I gotta find my car. Gotta find my car in the morning. But that's it for what's trending, you guys. Let's hop into some mailbag.
Hey, real quick, man.
What's
Philly, what's going on with you, man? Like, there's no need for that. What would a ghetto wedding look like, KG? Listen, it applies to who it applies to. Trailer park can also be considered ghetto. So I'm just saying, there's no need for that, though. I see what you was trying to do.
And honestly, Phil, the man formerly known as Phil,
right?
Now changed her name to Philly.
Is it like a symbol or something?
Bro, and I know what you're going to do. Here's your playbook. When KG claps back, you're going to be like, why are you so mean? Because that's what you do. You are one of the worst people in the chat, and some days would be better without you. I'm glad that you're here, but I saw you giving me shade earlier. You give KG shade with a very inappropriate comment. Stop it.
Right, he took that shit personal.
Sit down.
Like, damn, I wasn't talking to you, but if it applied, like,
hey, the great philosopher Travis Kelce, when talking about that dumbass Cincinnati mayor, know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Isn't The Rock back?
Yeah.
SmackDown?
Yeah, he is. The final boss.
The final boss
will be on SmackDown tonight, too, as well.
Hey, you know what? That might be one of my mailbag questions to you guys. I'm going to wait to see if the chat, I know that somebody will get that into the chat, but shout out to Tabitha Gable.
Shout out.
She says, I'm so excited. So she saw the Taco Bell wedding. She said, I'm excited for our wedding. And she said she ordered 37 pounds of smoked meat and 300 wings. Just
shit, where the invite at, Tabby?
Yeah, where's the invite?
What's up with that?
No, you know.
Well, mine came in the mail yesterday. Y'all didn't get yours?
No, hell no. Tabby must not rock with the boy, man. I must be a little too ghetto. I
got my RSVP on the way, Tabitha.
Hey,
shout out Tabby.
Congratulations to you, Tabitha Gable, and everybody that's going to be around for your occasion, man. Definitely.
Tabitha, I need to know if you will be down for that Taco Bell wedding. We just need to know from another woman's perspective.
Bro, Tabitha said she got like 37 pounds of smoked meat and 300 wings they just ordered, so she's doing much better than Taco Bell for her.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
In general.
Hey, Justin Station, I see. He says, shout out Madison Heights. Yep, used to live there, man. Dope. Let's get into mailbag. I see Jordan from MI, and this is brought to you by Feldman Automotive Group, who sponsors really a lot of our segments here on the WUW Crew. But
since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Jordan from MI, hashtag mailbag, Feldman mailbag. Can Cade become a top 3 or top 5 player in the NBA by next year? Yes. Yes. I believe that he's behind schedule right now due to some of the things that's happened. Poor roster construction around him, as well as missing effectively an entire year. I believe that if he was able to have that year, him and Jaden Ivey and those guys being able to develop more of that chemistry while they're still young, I think that we would be sitting here having those conversations right now.
Yeah.
But with the leap we see him make, I've already seen him make, yes, why not?
Top 3, I feel, is a little bit tough, just because of some of the people that are out there. But top 5, absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely.
I got him 3rd in my MVP ballot, my one that obviously isn't official, but yeah, by that logic, he absolutely can.
Especially when you look at some of the top 15, top 20, top 25 players. That's what made Zach LaVine at the trade deadline so attractive to other teams, is because when you looked at the spectrum of it, this guy was sitting here looking like a top 25 player. And I don't believe that he has the same type of impact on the game that a Cade Cunningham does.
No, not even close.
And that's where it really gets interesting. When you look at Cade, there's only 2 players in the league that are averaging what he's averaging. Him and another guy that everybody considers one of the top 3 in all of basketball, Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what? If we're going to be fair about it, obviously as long as he keeps winning, he has a lot less help around him than a Nikola Jokic, but he's still putting up those similar stats, including with facilitation. So I definitely think so, man. What about you, Summer?
Yeah, 100% top 3 for sure.
Hey, let's rock. Hey, and you know what? I had a question as well for our puck knowers from earlier. How do you see this Four Nations experience propelling Dylan Larkin in the second half of the season? Pistons and Wings both with 27 games left and some big implications as it relates to playoffs.
Well, I'll say this. Dylan Larkin, he played some 1C minutes last night, and me and Justin have been more bullish than some on Dylan Larkin being a viable 1C, at least on a team that makes a playoff run. And hopefully that propels him, because this Red Wings top line, like the lines for USA at the Four Nations, is very talented.
I think that he proved that he is of the world's best. I mean, you saw the way that he was elevated throughout the tournament. The team obviously saw that he can play in the big roles in the big minutes, and it's because he's such a well-rounded player. He's great defensively, he's great offensively, he's great in the transition game, he's a great passer. And I think that he only made me feel more comfortable with the fact that he can be a 1C on a championship level team, because he can be. He performs in the big moments, he makes the big plays, and you can't put a price on that. He looked extremely comfortable for that being the biggest game of his life. He's never played a game of that magnitude, and he came out there, he played a great game, had a couple great scoring chances, and Dylan Larkin, I would expect a really good second half of the season from him.
Now, y'all talked about Dylan Larkin. What about Lucas Raymond?
Lucas Raymond, honestly, you could argue that he had a better tournament than Larkin. He tied for first with leading Team Sweden in points. Completely impressive. The way that he was able to stay that comfortable and that effective on a world stage where it's best on best as a 22-year-old is absolutely insane. His trajectory is to the moon right now. I really think that he has top 10, top 5 winger potential in this league after seeing what he did at the Four Nations.
What up, Cavassier?
I think he's going to come back with a lot of confidence playing in this tournament. He played really well. I mean, his captaincy and his leadership have been like the most prominent part of like his role with the Red Wings, and I think we're really going to see him like take a step. I think he's the best captain that we've had since Steve Yzerman on this Red Wings team. And I know we've had like a lot of really good players, but I don't think we've seen a true leader who's been able to like maintain that role. Zetterberg was a great captain, but he just toward the end of his tenure. I think Larkin is stepping into leading us into what we're going to be like the beginning of this new age of like a dominant Detroit Red Wings era. And like I said, I think it's the beginning of like what is going to be like his coming out party across the league. People are a little bit more familiar with his name. The Red Wings are playing well. We're going to have a nice primetime game, the national stage against Columbus here in about a week. So I think the second half of the season, Dylan Larkin becomes one of those names that people across the NHL are more familiar with, like casually and like the diehards.
Larkin fit 82 points, Lucas Raymond 90. That's not super bold, but I think they're both going to get it, and that's what's going to propel the Red Wings to that second wildcard spot.
Let's rock. And you know what? I'm going to read just a couple more here. Tommy K, just real quickly, guys, I need this taken seriously, okay? Who would you rather have at shortstop, Javi Baez or Summer?
Summer. Summer. You can't depend on Baez at all.
So you say you can't depend on
You can't.
Summer is the winner there. Shortstop for the Tigers? She says, I hope it's me. Hey, but this one is a good one, and we're going to definitely talk about this more as we get closer to the end of the season. But Yashawan Judah, Feldman Mailbag, do you think the Pistons will extend Duran and Ivy in the offseason, or do they have to trade one of them? They are contract extension eligible over the next 2 off seasons. So they don't have to make a decision right now on them, but I would bring both of them back. I don't know what the numbers would be. I would bring them both back. Duran is showing he can make the leap. I've always been bullish on Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham. It was just a matter of, did they know what to do with Jalen Duran, or were they going to mismanage that talent? Like, right. I believe they mismanaged Duren. There wasn't strong leadership from top to bottom. They put strong leadership in from top to bottom now, and Jalen Duren is taking a great lead.
Yep, loved what I've seen from Duren lately, especially adding the playmaking and passing element to his game. Jaden Ivey, it appears his rehab is going along very nicely. It's not the type of injury that's going to linger. So, yeah, I'm open to them both being a part of the future.
And you know what? Just for our Woodward ringside guys, before we wrap up, we talked about a little bit. SmackDown, The Rock is returning. The final boss. What up, though?
I mean, it's WrestleMania season, so of course they got to get the biggest name in WWE involved in the storyline. He's a big part of the Bloodline saga, of course. If you've been following, wrestling and just the Anoa'i family, y'all know how big that the Bloodline story has been over the last few years. And yeah, man, I look forward to what he's going to do. We don't know if he's going to get back in the ring just yet. There was rumors that he might be filming something and they might not be able to make it happen this year. But just having his presence around is just enough, man. The Rock, yard, he's electrifying, man. He goes into an arena and just lights that thing up. So looking forward to what the final boss is going to bring to the storyline so far.
Yeah, the final boss is supposed to be doing some big announcement tonight. I don't know what it is. He said things about to shake up and change. I don't know. He could be just flipping the whole script for this whole WrestleMania that's coming up. As KG said, he might be able to make an appearance. We don't know, but we got to wait and see. Woodward ringside dropping today as well, too, after Big D Energy, so stay on the way for that. If you remember, definitely be on the lookout. There's an alert, so be on the lookout for that, too, as soon as Big D Energy is over with, about 1:15.
Definitely go ahead and support our guys. If you are a member, go ahead and check it out. Woodward ringside and Woodward Wings. It was dope the way the show went because we got really all of our knowers. All of us talk Lions. We got our and Tigers. We got our Wings team in the building. We had the Pistons team in the building. And that's the WUW Crew family. And the Chat family was on one as well. This was a really, really good show, especially for a Friday one, man. If you guys haven't got the opportunity to, go ahead and smash that like button to support the WUW Crew. It goes a long way. Is that a show, bro?
That's a show.
Let's do this chest pass. Hey. Those are buckets, man. Let's wake up, Woodward. We appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off today with the WUW, man. We had a packed show. We had a packed house, and the Chat family was engaged. Shout out to KG for the triple threat segment today.
Got you.
Listen, a lot goes into these shows, and that's why I also should shout out to Feldman Sam as well for continuing to put these the direction of these shows together and all the preparation that goes into it. Matthew Broder, we love you, man. Matthew Justin, it's good to have you in the building. What up, though, brother?
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. It's a blessing every time I'm able to come down. Sucks about last night that the U.S. lost, but RJ's put on for us. It was so awesome to be able to hang out with Flannel, Easy, and Spenny, and Kool-Aid, and D-Mac pulled up. So great time. Always appreciate any time I can come down.
Mama Satawa showed up.
Oh,
shout out to the legend.
Hey, shout out my mom for showing up to support me. I appreciate it so much. And hey, Red Wings, take care of business. Let's go make the playoffs the second half of the season.
Shout out to the social team, Brady and those guys, as well as the Pugnors in the building for coming through in a big spot last night. We know, but you guys pulled up in a big spot, so shout out to you all. KG, Detroit's #1 draft pick. What up, though, KG?
Nah, very appreciative of you guys, just continuing to just be there, and just the team support is absolutely crazy. Flannel, I look forward to more draft breakdowns over the next coming weeks. Yeah. But yeah, man, shout out to my team. Shout out to the chat. Absolutely love y'all. Feel you in timeout right now. But everybody else, man, let's keep this shit rolling, man.
Hey, and you know what? Let's go over here to the double mask chair. I see JV Smooth. You over there working, bro. You're going to be the last one that we talk about today. Hey, Cavassier Chase is in the building. What up, though, brother?
Hey, what up, though? Hope you guys are having a good day. Stay tapped in for Big D Energy, the Friday show. We got Ermanni and Edwards. We got the heavyweights kicking it off. I want to say happy birthday to Woodward's very own Braylon Edwards, celebrating 42 is Jackie Robinson year, all-time leading wide receiver in Big Ten history. So, not a Michigan man, but hope you have a great day, my guy, and enjoy it. Pleasure to get to know you, and for someone like you, I can definitely say go blue. So.
Hey, Swanky Wolverine, redo that list, bro. Please redo that list and put Braylon on there.
I feel like he knows what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
Like, come on, dog.
Man.
Nick Stauskas? What? Yeah. And no offense to Nick Stauskas, but come on, if you don't have Braylon on the list and you got Nick Stauskas on there,
I don't even want these.
You didn't even have Mo Wagner on that list. Mo Wagner is definitely better Wolverine all time.
Flannel called
than
that
Nick
out
Stauskas.
yesterday.
That's facts.
Flannel called it out. What
I'm
up,
a Mo
though?
Wagner simp.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You're right.
Bring him to the Pistons. Hey, summertime. What up, though?
Yeah, great show today, everyone. Always great to be here. Thanks so much, Kool-Aid, again, just for these many opportunities. And yeah, let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going. Hey, we're that much closer to the goal. If you guys haven't gotten an opportunity to, hey, smash it. 13 likes away.
that.
Willie B in the sound booth. You continue to hold it down. You're getting better and better. It's awesome to see the team grow with great people, man, like yourself. What up, though, Willie?
Oh man, shit, progress is everything. You know, make the most of it. You know, we put the work in, and have good people, good environment, makes a great show. So it's good to have it surrounded good company, and try to make the most of it, and try to get amp about it, and make sure to get a discount for food next time we go to Little Caesar Arena.
Still on this food.
Hey, you know what? Up here on the desk, before we go over to the other booth, we got the vet of the squad, the vet of the network. That's Flannel, Sam Reynolds, puck knower, ball knower, go blue lover, all sports knower. What up, though, brother?
Hey, Woodward Wings to the Moon. Me and Justin are recording right after this. We're going to be releasing new episodes every Friday as well. And thank you to the chat, except Phil.
It's your boy Brandon, aka Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. We appreciate you guys for staying tapped in. But Woodward Sports MVP in the TD booth. It don't matter what we throw at him. He knocks it out the park. JB Smooth was given his take. He prepared the Michigan State stuff. He was just a cameraman, the switch operator, doing all of that. Shout out to you, brother, man. JB Smooth, everything seems to break when you're not around, and it's a testament to just who you are as a person, what you do, to take a knowledge of everything that goes on here, man. And I'm appreciative to call you, not just a co-worker or a teammate, but a brother as well, man. Shout out to JB Smooth, Woodward Sports MVP.
Hey, man, I'm just doing what I can over here.
Close the show for us.
I'm just doing what I can over here. Everyone have a safe weekend. It's going to be busy for us over here as well, too. Michigan State tonight. We got Monster Jam on Saturday. Me, Chase, and a couple of the fellows are going to Monster Jam as well too. Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember. I got to look at the schedule again. But NASCAR, I think they're in Atlanta as well. And also got to give a shout out to Mr. Braylon Edwards. Happy birthday, my guy. But for us here at Wake Up Woodward, I think this has been a show. And hey, we'll catch you next week. So see ya. Peace.
Hey, let's rock.